I really liked how they just showed this backwards, so let me see if I can get it out. You know how we've talked about, you say, I want to be happy, which means you're telling the universe you're not happy. So you're going to get a mirror of that. Because what you're putting out, what you're emitting is you are lacking something. You're lacking happiness, so it's going to show you that lack of happiness wherever you go until you can find the happy, right? Until you can offer it to yourself, until you can make the shift inside. And you no longer operate from that lack. So you manifested unhappiness. Okay? Does that make sense? So now let's take that on a bigger scale, because that is what is happening to the mass majority, the majority of the time. They're implanted with fear. They're told they're lacking something. They believe the bullshit. They buy the sales pitch. They then omit that energy, causing it to manifest. They omit the energy, oh my God, I am lacking that. Oh my God, we do need a hero. Oh my God, I am scared. Oh my God, I need some solution. You bought right into that sales pitch, and now they have the power of all of you to manifest what they sold you on, which was not possible prior to getting you all on board. But all of you became on board because you listened, you bought in, you focused your mind and your energy to the very thing you didn't want and gave it power and had it come real and alive and brought it down from the ethers. This is happening all day, every day. People are doing this to you left, right, and center because they understand these simple laws, this simple rule, and they utilize it for themselves. And it's fair because you're choosing to give your power away to them. You didn't have to choose to listen. You didn't have to choose to buy it. You didn't have to choose to focus on it. You didn't have to fear it. You didn't have to do any of that, but those were choices you made. You weren't strong enough to break through those illusions. So it keeps happening. And they keep convincing you, no, it was the right thing to do. Let me sell you some more bullshit since you suckers keep buying into everything. And your ego is too embarrassed to believe that you were part of that creation, that you continued to talk about it and shout against it and scream about it. Whether you're for it or against it, irrelevant. You are giving it power by thinking about it. So you are just in the sum of power to have it come down. Do you see how that works? And because of your own pride and ego, inability to admit you're wrong, your weakness in your inability to choose your focus and think on your own, to pop your own illusions, causes you to convince yourself and others that no, it was the way it had to be, no, da-da-da-da, no, da-da-da-da, and this is all fine. It will all continue going the way you don't want it to go because you can't get out of your own way or admit that you have some work to do there. This is how people are taking advantage of other people all the time, and then people bitch about it because they're aware that they're getting taken advantage of, and yet they continue to buy into it because they don't know how to break free from it. They don't know how to tear away their mind, their eyes, their attention from the car crash. They don't want the car crash, but they cannot tear it away. And so they continually manifest more of it. All this talk of AI, you will manifest your worst case scenario into reality, the more you talk about it, the more you focus on it, the more you add to the fright, the fear, or the excitement. Irrelevant. Any discussion at all will have it come into play faster and quicker because that's what you're giving your attention to. And that's what you keep talking to everybody else about. And that's what you then are roping them into. That as well, that focus, that attention, you're just giving it more power, building up that momentum. You are asking for it. You're asking for it because you're giving attention to it. So it must be of interest to you. It stimulates you in one way or another. Whether it's excitement or fear, it'll take it. It'll take any of it, right? Because that vibration, that manifestation vibration, what does it work on? Extremes, highs or lows. If you can get to neutral, if you could give a fuck, because you're choosing your focus, then you'll get what you're choosing. But if you want to play into the bigger manifestations and the extremes of the world that you claim you hate, then keep doing what you're doing. Talk about it, bad or good. But that focus, that attention, don't talk about it. Think about it. That too will work. It's giving it power. Turn it on and watch it. Giving it power. You are feeding the monster that you claim you hate, but you can't bear to stop talking about, looking at, discussing. And so many people are doing it, it feels like it's irrelevant if you step in or step out. But it's your choice. It's your life. If you really have control of your mind, then you can choose your focus elsewhere. You can take that power and focus it on what you want. But don't make it in opposition of what somebody else wants. Meaning if you make it in opposition of that very thing, right? Then you're still focusing on that very thing. If we're talking about AI here, then you're still focusing on that, even if you're in opposition, because it's just the negative. So you have to be very intentional. And I really believe that takes work for people until they can get to that space and place and time. I don't believe most people are capable of jumping right there. They are very much excited to argue for their limitations, their justifications, their excuses, basically their ego. They're too scared to drop the bone and take control. So they keep giving their power to the very thing that they don't want. It's what it is. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.